Good afternoon, everybody. It's really nice to see all of you, and thank you for joining live, those of you who can. I just wanted to talk for just a couple minutes about the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Now, many of my clientele are people of faith, are Christians. Not everybody, I work with all, but if you've heard that term, you know that that's a prophecy about in the end, when the end of the world comes, there's going to be famine, death, plague, and pestilence. But according to Dr. John Gottman, the four horsemen of the apocalypse in relationships are the four toxins that will destroy any relationship over time. One of them in particular is referred to as the sulfuric acid of relationships. So I want to talk briefly about the four and then give you the four antidotes to the horsemen of the apocalypse. All right, so the four horsemen, here they are: criticism, defensiveness, stonewalling, and contempt. Now, criticism, I think a lot of people are kind of familiar with that. They understand what that means. It's comments made that attack one's character or intelligence. It's phrasing conflict, or being in conflict and phrasing things in such a way that it's heavy on the blame. Okay, so criticism doesn't work. It might make you feel better in the moment, but you're not giving yourself the best chance of being heard by your partner if we use criticism. Defensiveness is, of course, not taking responsibility, is warding off a perceived attack. So most people who are defensive in relationships, they do one of two things. Either they take the innocent victim approach, or they turn it right back around with a counterattack and say, well, you're not so perfect yourself. Let me tell you all the ways you're messed up. So that's defensiveness. Stonewalling is shutting down completely and really giving no kind of verbal or even nonverbal response. Oftentimes in a stonewalling, you'll see somebody just kind of do this, hunker down, and Dr. Gottman talks about how he, the man, often is kind of thinking to himself the classic, if I say something, if I open my mouth, I will make it worse. So the best thing for me to do is shut up and just let her get it all out of her system. Unfortunately, all that does is escalate her or him and make them feel even more invalidated and unheard. So that's stonewalling. The last one, contempt, is when we express almost a level of disgust for our partner, for our spouse. Contempt is often seen with kind of or an eye roll, or kind of the condemning look and attitude. It's coming from a place of superiority. So that doesn't work. All right, so that's the bad news, okay? Now, most couples do three of those four. The one that couples don't do, that make it, they don't do contempt. And if they do, they quickly repair. Now, here's the four things that we should do instead in marriage. Here are the antidotes to those four horsemen of the apocalypse. Number one, when it comes to criticism, we want to make request or express concerns without blame. So we do that by using a positively stated need as well as an expression assertively of what we're really not happy about. So here's an example. Rather than saying, honey, I'm your slave, I always have to cook for you and the kids, and all you do is come home and plop your feet on the couch and watch ESPN. Instead of saying that, a spouse could say, honey, I love cooking for our family, but lately I've been feeling a little bit tired and run down. What do you think about us swapping tonight or maybe going out to eat? So see, there's a positively stated need. We don't blame, and we get our point across. We're more likely to be heard by our partner when we make a request. The antidote to defensiveness is, of course, taking responsibility. So sometimes people get defensive in relationships because they may agree with one out of four things the person just said. So they may agree, okay, this person's feeling upset. I can agree that maybe what I did upset them, but I don't agree that I'm a failure as a husband or a wife, or that I'm lazy, or that I don't ever listen to them. They use the phrase never or always, and that's just never and always, going to be a bad idea, right? So taking responsibility, though, is an emotionally intelligent couple or person in a relationship kind of saying, okay, the quickest way to get to yes is to start finding the truth in what the other person's saying and agreeing with it. So you can say something like, you know what, I really agree with you. I probably did come across invalidating or uncaring, and you're right about that, and that made you upset, and I'm sorry. Let's rewind and let's try this again. That's taking responsibility. You don't have to say, well, I don't agree that I'm a lazy husband, or I don't agree that I'm a neglectful wife. you don't have to go there because it's just going to trigger more arguments, more escalation. Okay, the third one is to do self-soothing. So physiological arousal in in fighting produces excessive stress levels and cortisol. And so what we want to do is we want to have the tools to stay calm in conflict. And so that's one of the things the masters of marriage versus the disasters of marriage do, is they have tools to stay calm when they're upset, when they're fighting. And then the last one, of course, is to use cherishing phrases. So content doesn't work. Getting to that place of, really expressing, phrasing complaints in a very harsh way doesn't work. So really what we want to do is we want to build a culture of appreciation where there's so much cherish, there's so much appreciation and thank you, that when we raise a concern gently, the person is more likely to hear us. So that's it. Just wanted to give you a little tidbit. I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. It's a little cool here in Orange Park. Not too cool for me, but for some. So enjoy the day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.